Yeah, we can start now.
Yeah. Hello everyone. This is Allashyam Charan from the Quantum Robotics company, and I'm the one of the speaker of NASCOM Product Conclave, and we have achieved as a global business iconic award through the Best National TV. And today I'm here to guide you about how to start the future with your robotics and how we want to take the robotics branch. And the few of the students are asking the many of the doubts like how we can start with the robotics. And we have in it the basically common questions like how to become a robotic engineer and resources to learn and skill jobs, salaries in India and international scopes, and how to start a startup in the field of robotics. And today I'm going to answer you these all the questions like how to become a robotic engineer. Like the robotic engineering is nothing but like it is an aerospace or somewhat difficult course. Like the robotic engineering is in a common course like whatever the CS and the mechanical courses will be, but it is in a multidisciplinary course. Like it is combination of like electrical, mechanical, and computer science. In this particular electrical, mechanical, and computer science, we are going to focus on two particular areas. One is the computer science and mechanical. And the major part of this particular two also, mostly we are going to focus on the mechanical. Why means in the mechanical here we are going to take as an like designing part and material selection for making of a robot. We all know that the outer look should be as a more attractive towards to gain a grasping, and not only the attract to others mean the outer look of a robot should be as a more attractive. And here we are going to do as a designing part, and not only that particular designing part, here we are going to select as a material selection. If you're using as one of the robot, and it should be bearable according to the climatic conditions, according to the industrial use cases and everything. Here we are going to take as an ISO certified like the material selection according to the robot. This is the main things which we are going to take as an operating over here. In the robotics is not as in a single branch like here we are mixing up with like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and blockchain technologies and data trappings and like not only this, we are using as a multidisciplinary languages and multidisciplinary skills over here. And when we go with an academic qualification, yeah, here we want to join on a like robotic engineering. Firstly, we have to clear up with our 12th within 60% of marks. Then we are eligible to do as a robotic engineering. And we have to be passed out from the like a science background, not from the commerce or any other. This will be like the science background students are eligible for the to do as a robotic engineering. Acquiring the necessary skills, yeah, the skills are necessary for any type of job or any type of branch which we are going to take it. And gain the practical like practical experiences. Yeah, we need the main focus which we have to do on the robotic engineering is main this study. When we go with like academic qualification, I clear with you that the 60% of the marks is needed, and we have to go with the to the robotic engineering and acquiring necessary skills. The necessary skills here we require like the positive thinking way and the creative manner skills, and the not only creative manner skills, the unique idea which we has to be if we want to be as a robotic engineer. And not only this, we have to have any grip on the skills of electronics and as well as any coding skills, and gain a practical experience. Yeah, the practical experiences will be developed according to the flow of work which we are doing on. And we all know that when we are at the child age, we are doing as an like the remote control cars, we are disassembling of that particular cars and we are playing within a motors and that all. And in our childhood days only we are making this as in a like our practical explosives in the electronic field. And laterly we are going to groom up that particular the kit type of playings into the real type of product manufacturing or else in a real type of product make as a unique product. That will be helpful for us. Nowadays we have many type of product on artificial intelligence and the robotic humanoid robot. What's the mean by the humanoid robot? It is going to be think by like a human. That is called as a humanoid robot, right? And here how to apply the jobs. In the furthermore slides I'm going to share you the clear view about this. Yeah.
Okay,
And
I would
this is
like
just
to
to
ask one question, Alsham.
sure.
Like you mentioned that academic qualifications and all those things regarding that.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I would like to ask question that which colleges are best for this particular field, and can you name some of them, like
Yeah.
where all these courses are like taught in a proper manner with a practical experiences?
Yeah, practical experiences means when we go with the IITs are main best preference for the all of the students, but the all the student cannot crack the IITs, but he has an interest, but he can go within one of the colleges like the Tata Institute of Technology and Vivekananda Global University and the BITS Pilani and MNIT and Manipal University. This was few of the colleges they are offering as courses in mechatronics and as well as in robotics. And this will be helpful to the student that they can pursue the robotic graduation in these particular colleges.
Okay, great. We can carry on.
My question, Alashya, if anybody had already selected his career in CSE, like he has
Okay.
already CSE or mechanical or electrical,
Okay.
then how can he learn robotics from different channels or
So,
different websites?
yeah, and yeah, your question is right that the CS student has an interested into the robotics field. Yeah, when I'm in the graduation, I have observed many of the CS students are interested to join in the robotics club. Yeah, they want to do it, and the CS student he's going to do as a robotics. It is in a well and good, and he has any skills of coding skills, and just he has to learn about as the designing and as well as in a circuit electrical skills, right? The electrical skills is not as a big deal to learn, but when we go with designing here, we have the multi-discipline we have to make as an environment, and in this particular environment we have to select as a material. According to that particular material design we have to make it. This is a complicated thing for an CS students, but they can learn that this type of skills in the they can learn through the YouTube channels, or else they can learn to the few of the courses through the MIT.
Can
Can
you
you name
suggest
some
some?
of the YouTube
Yeah,
channel names, like
Yes,
where?
yes, I'll be giving you towards the next platform. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
We can
Here,
start.
resources to learn. Here you have it one of the advancement in robotic course in quantum robotic company learn.quantumrobotics.in. If you go over here, you will be having one of the interface as advancement in robotic. This is a course which will be covered with advanced sensors, advanced robots, and what was the applications of robots right now it is going on. When we go with online YouTube channels, there has multiple YouTube channels, but the Robotics India is in a best YouTube channel to learn. And not only this, nowadays the RoboCrazer also making as one of the uh, good content type of modules for the student to learn as user friendly manuals. Okay, and not only this, if you go with international skills, and if you want to go with the more advanced, the MIT also offering as courses like a open course waiver. And in this particular open course waiver, you can learn as a robotic in a vast manner from the basic level to the advanced level. And if you go with the few private type of courses also EDX will we all know that we are so user friendly with this particular EDX and Coursera, and this also offering as a robotic courses. And LinkedIn also, we all know that LinkedIn, we are making as an our profile building in the LinkedIn, and we are searching for any jobs in the LinkedIn. But few of the students they didn't know that the LinkedIn also offering as an courses, and they are going to give as an the best skill development. And the LinkedIn is also one of the best preference this particular part? Okay. The skills jobs, the skill jobs and salaries in India and international scope. Like the everyone has a doubt in this particular the skill jobs. What is mean by the skill jobs, and what was the effective type of jobs we'll be getting, and what was the salary we'll be getting if we go with a new type of technology. Yeah, and frankly, I'm saying that in this particular new type of manufacturing like a manufacturing type of branches, if you go it, but your payroll will be as in a low, but whatever your scope will be, it is in a high. You all know that right now the recession period is going on in the software field, right? And what if the recession period is going on in the software field? What is the booming factor, like a booming sector? Like if the software is going to down, the booming sectors will be coming up like electronics and manufacturing sector. In the electronics and manufacturing sector, it is interrelated to the robotics. It mean the robotics field also is one of the booming sector at right now we are getting as like whatever the skills we require to be an robotic engineer. Here we have to learn like a system thinking, a systematic thinking. It makes the student to learn about like a, as I said you at the previous, like designing electronics and encoding. Like if you are going to be encoding means most of the students they don't know what is mean by encoding. Encoding is nothing but like the interacting with the two people. How was the conversation will be done through uh, our humans? Like we have to talk with the robot. If we want to talk with the robot, whatever the language which we are using, it is not a common language to the robot. It is in a somewhat difficult language, like a analog code or as in a digital code. It is going to take it in the sense of signals, right? And here we are going to do as an encoding process, like whatever the our normal language will be, it is going to be encoding into the machine language. That is, it is going to be understand of a robot. And the programming mindset, every time we has to maintain, the every student has to be maintained in the any type of a field. Why means most of the like the computer science people, it is in a machine should to learn as in a programming skills. But when we come into the robotic engineering, and the robotic engineering also, it is machine shoot. Why means if you want to interact with the robot, if you want to give as an instruction set, if you want to maintain the robot as a gesture control, we have to use this particular programming skills. This will be help us a lot. And not only this programming skills in this particular part, it is going to be help us to interact with the robot in a multidisciplinary language. Like if you want to make one robot from one position to the another position, we has to give as an instructions for that. How we are going to give the instructions for that particular robot? In the programming, we are going to give as an high, means it is going to be on, and the low means it is going to be understand as an off. This was the instruction, basic instructions which we are giving for like a line following robot or obstacle avoiding robots which we are using. And adaptability and flexibility. Adaptability and flexibility means like according to the best example for this particular part is like user friendly robots. However, whatever the work is done by the human, that similar work can be done by the robot. And these robots are mostly usable at the industry purpose. Like the user-friendly robots, the robots will be in the packaging industries. It is going to be pick up the particular material, and it is going to be interact with the according to the person speed. Like the pick and place robot is going to be pick the particular object, and it is going to be interact with the people, and it is going to be transfer that particular product to that people. This will be as a flexibility of a robot. This called under as like a gesture control robot in the sense of one of the people, and we call this particular robot as the user friendly robot also. And critical thinking, yeah, when we come into the critical thinking, we have to be as a critical thinker when we are doing as a robot. few times the particular task will be getting to us, like the physical challenges will be getting to us, and every time we cannot work on like some own instructions, like my boss is there and my boss is going to instruct me and to do this particular work, and why you are here to do that particular work. Not every time we have to listen to our boss only. We have to take it like a particular thinking task. It should be main critical thinking should be for the robotic engineering. Why means many tasks will be coming in the programming, errors will be coming, and when we are setting as in a planning for particular robot from one point to the another point, the 0.01% of an accuracy rate will be coming as a default. On that particular point, we has to think as a critically that where we has to fix the problem. That will be analyzing to the students that we are going to work on this particular part. Okay, ability to learn new technologies. Yes,
Before we
ability.
carry on, I would like to ask one question,
Sure.
Alsham.
Okay.
Like, as you told about the resources to learn, actually, we would
Okay.
like to know the structure. Like, if someone is new in this field, how will he start? How will he,
Uh,
she, the both will start this field? Yeah.
yeah. Research, if he is in a new field, like from the CS background, means he'll be coming from in a coding language. He has to learn as an like electronics and the mechanical part only. But if the student is from the civil engineering, he has to learn this all the parts. But firstly, he need to go for the coding skills. I mean, the coding is a main factor which will be acting on this particular robotics. I mean, firstly, he has to learn about an CS concept, then after electronic concept, then he comes under as a like a mechanical concept. I mean, the design thinking it takes as a more time to learn, and there has many softwares like a CAD, like a AutoCAD, a SolidWorks, Fusion 360, and the 3D printers also. Right now we have got it. Like what is the coding, like instructions we can give for the 3D printer. This all will be takes as a time. Better to start with the computer science, like coding
Okay.
skills.
Which languages should one should learn? Like C
Yeah,
plus plus,
like
Python.
yes. C++ is a main language to learn students. Why means if you want to give as a basic instructions for the robot, like it take as an embedded C. Like the C++ is called as an embedded C in the electronic languages, and embedded C means C++ is he has to learn, and along with this, Python will be as a key role concept for the to do work on the robot. And we have like a unique programming languages also, like a move command robot and R3 toolbox for the Mitsubishi robot, and the Fanuc robot we have another languages. And the in the robotic, if you want to give as a path planning, and if you want to make as one of the instruction data set for the robot feeding, we have to learn as a ROS, robotic
So where
operation
one could
system.
learn all these languages which you have mentioned now?
Yeah, the
Any
C
resources?
yes, yeah. C++, they'll be getting it from the YouTube resources and as well as an EDX, and from the quantum robotics company, like a learn.quantumrobotics.in also they'll be getting. And when they go within a ROS, better to learn from the like a ROS.org. From the ross.org, they are going to give us a clear view of like a manuals, PDFs, like a communities there will be, and what was the real-time projects we can build on. There will be an interface to work upon, and not only this, the student will be getting as the best training from that particular organization, ross.org.
Okay, okay,
If
sure.
you type in the
Uh,
Google, yeah.
like we have mentioned about if someone is already in CSC background, then what should he or should do? But if someone is a fresh graduate, means fresher after passing 12th class, he came into
Okay.
then what should he start with?
Yeah, the fresher after the 12th class, he has to go for like a robotics. He has to be as one of the basic understanding about the coding language, which I mentioned here. The firstly we has to go with a coding point, and most of the people they go after the 12th to the undergraduation. There will be as 2 to 3 months of a gap duration. I mean, the March the exams will be done, and from the March to August, there will be a few like a few duration. In this particular duration, most of the students they are going to learn the coding skills like a C, C++, Python, Java, this type of skills. Better to go with the C++ directly. One is the coding language is there has not limitations that you have to learn this. After that only you have to learn the Python. Not like that. If you directly go with the Python also, it will be well and good, but you have to understand the concept that how was the programming structure will be, and how was the programming concepts will be, how to implement the particular code in that this particular moment. That if the person is well and good with that particular understanding, he can learn the computer science of like coding skills.
Okay, great. We can carry on with the slide.
Sure. And yeah, artificial intelligence basics. The student has to know about this artificial intelligence basic when he's going to work on the robot. Why artificial intelligence basics means our brain is thinking according to us, and our brain is working according to our instructions. And the robot, if the robot is going to work, the robot needs a power to operate from one position to the another position. Here we are using as an like a drive systems, like a electronic drive system, or else pneumatic drive system, or like a hydraulic drive system. Hydraulic means oil, pneumatic means air, and electrical means it's common like a DC electrical or AC electric. And here the artificial intelligence tools. Why we have to insert the artificial intelligence tools in the robot paint? It has to think by itself. Like every time we cannot guide the robot and to do the particular task. It has to do by it autonomously. How it will be done? By the flexible automation, or else by the inner thinking ability of a robot. In the flexible automation, we are writing one of the set instructions of a code to do this particular task in this time period, from to do this particular task like this only. The robot is going to understand that particular code, and it is going to do that particular task only. But if you include in the artificial intelligence, the robot will be getting as an like a inner thinking methodology. According to the environment, it is going to be understand that what is right and what is wrong. And the in the artificial intelligence also, we are going to be trying the system like a testing and training process. But the artificial intelligence means it is going to be think like one of the good example I am going to give you. Like if the TV, we has to on the TV, and firstly we has to give the power, and then after we has to press the remote power button, then the TV is going to be display. This is the basic instructions which we are going to be on it. Through the artificial intelligence, if we want to train that particular artificial intelligence, firstly we has to come up with like a go with a power checking, then come into the remote on, then after go within a picture viewing part. If the connection any type of like in the first instruction like power is not working, and there only it is going to be identified that the power is not working, mean here we are going to be two as take it as a two default condition, like either the power will be on, either the power will be off. This will be give them as in a like a testing and training process. Like if the power is on, the next instruction the TV is going to be get as in a one of the light, and we have to press as in a remote. And if the power is not on, uh, and the next step we it is not sense to go with the next step. Better to stop from this particular step only. It is going to be thinking. That is called as an artificial intelligence. And do you have any like a queries from this particular artificial intelligence?
No, actually, we don't have any questions from it.
Okay.
But I have a question, different question, like from the previous
Okay.
topics. Like you
Okay.
mentioned that we can find job from LinkedIn and Glassdoor and different platforms.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
which company we should target? Like, if someone is into this field,
Right.
which company you should target according to the salary wise, you can tell, and according to the R&D, like where R&D is very good, where the
Yes,
person
sir.
can join. You can
At
mention all
the
both the points.
yeah, at the furthermore slides, we have it that the clear way, what is the companies are offering the jobs and that all. Okay. And here I'm going to give up on like the salaries in India. for the robotic engineering. Like the basic payroll which the student is going to get like a 2.5 lakh per annum, and this is in a basic package, and the highest package the robotic engineering is getting in India is like a 14.2 lakh per annum. But the average package, if you look into that, means the 3.5 lakh is an average package the most of the students are getting on. And if you go with an international like a scope or also international packages, the basic package will be according to like the 1,000 USD we have it the highest package, and the payroll will be starting from the 10,000 USD like that. And the international scope, if you go within a robotic engineering, the most of the students after the graduation they are thinking to go within a masters in the international. It is in a better to go within a like foreign countries to do as a master in the robotic engineering. Why means in this particular time we didn't have as a resources in the India, and we didn't have any manufacturing plants at the India to do as in a robots and completely working process in the robots. And if you go within a foreign, they have an already planned implementation, and they're working on a like a industrial based robots and different type of applications of robots. And a better example, it is in a Boston Dynamics. You all know that. And here we have in the topmost recruiting companies at the uh, India. This was the companies like in the different sectors also we have the jobs. Not only if the robotic engineering means he has to go for the only the robotic engineering jobs only. Not we have in a different applications of a robot. It has spread into the multidisciplinary sectors. Like we have an options in the space exploration and entertainment, banking, and medicine, and as well as in healthcare also. Among these all we have a like a defense sector also, like not only the defense sector, nowadays the agriculture sector recruiting companies we have it like a best recruiting companies. Tata is going to be recruit for the robotics, and DRDO also recruiting, and BARC and defective robotics and au- automation, and BHEL, NASA, Tech Mahindra Limited, Kuka Robotics, ISRO. These all the companies, and not only that, this we have like a 23 plus companies they are recruiting at current situation at the India for the different type of applications of that companies. And yeah,
Yeah, I
do
would
you
like
have
to
any
ask question.
questions? Yeah.
One question from my side. As
Okay.
this question we have got from students in the Google form,
Okay.
that
Okay.
what is the meaning of this word quantum and why it is
Quantum.
used with robotics? So, you explain what is the use of quantum word with robotics?
See that the quantum is nothing but like one of the spark thing. Like if we are doing any type of uh, words, and quantum means it is in a one of the spark. Whatever the spark it is going to be generate in the speed, the spark which will be generating more than the speed of like a light speed. The quantum is we have taken from the word quantum, like that particular spark. We has to work with that particular spark. And the robotics we have combined with the quantum robotics means the robotics is nothing but we all know that the robots which we are going to work on the robotic sector, the word has to be included on this. And the spark we has to work like in a spark in the robotic sector, and to fill up the bridge gap between the technology and as well as in a student problems. We are the one of the bridge to connect with the technology and the student requirements. That's why
Okay,
we
great.
select as a quantum robotics.
Yeah, great. Actually, I would like to ask another question. Like,
Okay.
you mentioned about the DRDO, BHAL,
Yes.
NASA, and ISRO.
Yes.
All these are government agencies. So, how
Yeah.
one can work with the government in this field? Like, how one can
Yeah.
join with them?
Yes. Like if you go with every type, every company there has one of the career page, right? In this particular career page, there will be a number of recruitment positions, and the job roles will be displayed. If you want to go within like a DRDO and this all, we have to show like the internship part, whatever the internship which we are doing from the first year to the fourth year, we have to do the more like a 1 to 3 internship. That makes us like a work experience person. Yeah, he has a person experience in the industry. That is called as an internship. And this internship is mostly required for the DRDO recruitments. It will be help a lot. And not only the internship part, the student has like the certain requirements, pre-requirements. If he is studying in the robotics, as I mentioned you at the earlier, like he has to know about the particular skills like computer skills, mechanical and electrical skills. Like here, the student has to learn this particular basic concept. I'm not going to say that go within a deep concept. The basic concept. The DRDO, when they are going to recruit to the DRDO, they are going to take the interview process. In this particular recruitment process, they are going to ask for the student the basic questions about that particular fields. If we answer for that particular fields, we'll be getting as a job at the DRDO. It's not a big deal for that. But in the DRDO, if we join us, like we'll be getting as a B3 scientist, like a B4 scientist. This is one of the particular roles, like as an not as a scientist, we'll be getting as like a research fellows, research fellowships. This was yeah. Any more questions?
Okay,
We can
fine.
carry on with the slide.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, guys, how we start like a startup in the field of robotics? It's not in a big deal. Like firstly, you have to identify if you want to start in the startup in the field of robotics, you have to understand that what was the bridge gap between any type of technology and people. What they are looking for exactly, the people are looking for what exact technology, and we have to do the market research in the sense of market research, which we have to analyze as a name what is the our product, and if the product is exist in the particular market, and how the unique which we has to give for that particular product, and unique in the sense of IP, and not only the IP, what was the costing effective which we are giving to the people, and if the product will be launching into the market, what was the reach, like a B2B or B2C or C2C will be, and this type of research which we has to do. Then after we can go within the basic registration process at the MCA portal, like a private limited company, solo proprietorship company, and different type of listings will be. According to that, we can select one of the like a private limited or forum company, and we can register as a company name. After registering of a company, we have to make as a certifications for our company, like Startup India certification, DPIIT, and AICT certification, and as we have been certified as an our quantum robotics has been certified as an MSME gem, and MSME gem, not only the manufacturing sector, we have been certified as a service sector also, and our company has been trademarked, and this all the certification firstly we has to do on, then only we can go on to the particular market. I mean, before the certificate, without the certification, if you go on to the market, it is going to be a fail. How it is going to be a fail? We have any product, but what is the certification authority we have it, and the whatever the product we make it, it has been certified by the any government agency or government body or not. The people are looking more. I mean, if we are launching as a product into the market, if the who are the end users, the people, if the people is going to be use that particular product, they are going to be, face the particular problems. That's why the every product, if the product is going to be launched into the market, firstly the pre-testing process will be done, and according to the feedbacks of few of the people, they are going to be modify that particular product, and at the end product it is going to be launch it. I mean, if the product goes onto the market and it comes as an like a negative feedback, again you cannot work like you cannot build up your particular brand into the people. Yeah, this is all about that. Like this is one of the robot which will be which has been made by the quantum robotics company. It is a customized based robot.
What basic function does it perform, the robot which you are showing currently?
Actually, he is not able to listen you.
Yes.
Actually, I was asking what basic function is it performing, like the robot?
Yeah, it is working on like a autonomous system which has been a preloaded technology, like we have connected through the IoT, and like through the mobile app we are giving us an instruction that you has to move on to the uh, like a rotative motion. It is going to be a rotate as in a rotative motion. It is in a customized robot which we can use for like a restaurant serving robots, front desk management robots, education based robots, and event management robots. And here it is going to be work on like five different parts. Like the head part is going to be give us like a stereo camera. Here we have been used over for the eyes, and not a, this is in a polycarbonate body which we have used as an outer layer of this. And here we have kept as an LEDs and the rotating technology of like a slider, we call as a castle wheel. And whatever the hands which we are using like a links and joints through the servo motors. And here also we are using as a servo motor and the BLDC motor for the rotating of a particular body. Yeah, this is the basic functionalities about this. And the battery package like a lithium ion batteries which we are using over here, and the charging port will be at the downer stage.
Okay, great.
That's
It's looking
great.
good.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay. Is it built in India only, or you have?
Yeah, it has been built at the India at the Hyderabad.
Okay.
How
Okay.
much
Great.
cost have you spent in this robot?
See that whatever our costing expenditure came under as an 90,000 to build up this particular board. But if the product is going to be the end type of a customer, the cost will be increased like a 1,80,000. Why the 1,80,000 will be like whatever the transportation charges and the shipping charges, and whatever the installation charges will be, it all will be covered under like a 1,80,000.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
A term is robotic automation that is very famous among robotics. So I want to
Yeah.
know what is the meaning of robotic automation and how it is benefit for the for our life.
Okay, yeah, robotic automation. Like a robotic automation is nothing but like previously we have used as in lathe machines, and it is worked by the humans. Like they're going to be an arm, and the human are going to be give as a shaping and size for that particular bit. But nowadays we got as a CNC machines. The CNC machine, if we give as a G code and M code for the CNC machine, it is going to be give as a facing turning and step turnings, every modeling for that particular object. Like that only the era has been came into the manual control to the automation controls. The automation control is nothing but that without taking off a like a help of the particular object, and it will be run by itself. It is called as an automation. And what is robotic automation? Whatever the instruction data set, the pre-setting into the code, and we are giving to the instruction to the robot, and according to that particular instruction the robot is going to be work by itself. It is called as a robotic automation.
Okay, like the tools which we see on the internet can be we can say them robotic automation tools.
See that is called as a chatbot system. We call as an RPA. We can call, and the chatbot system is nothing but like it is not as a robotic automation. It is an AI chatbots, and the AI technology, whatever the words we are giving, according to that particular word, the similar words it is going to make by itself. And for this also we are giving as a presetting data set through the from the where we are going to take the data from the Google or else like if you want to test and train for the robot to detect the particular object, like if you want to detect as in a mobile phone, and the mobile phone has in a different companies, like here we have to go into train for the particular robot, like a company, size, shape, color, and varieties, models, and whatever the futures, this all we have to train for that particular robot, then only it is going to detect that yeah, this is an Oppo mobile phone, this is an a Samsung mobile phone. This was the difference we will be getting.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I have a question like what are the some of the famous hackathons and group activities where one can learn more about these fields and collectively work on a project?
Yeah, we have the famous hackathons like Viju ACIC. They are conducting as a Red Chill Hackathon 2.0 for the every year. It is one of the best hackathon which we can work on the robotics sector and the computer science sector. And if we go within like Day to C. Day to C is also one of the hackathon which will be used for the robotic sector. And not only this, like a Lego robot competition, the international competition, this will be held every year. And not only this, like a sorry, yeah, robotronics, it has been conducted by the like ICRA, Indian like a robotic association committee. It is an ICRA. It is going to be conducted as an like one of the event at the Delhi every year. This will be helpful for the student to participate in the competitions, and they'll be getting as a more knowledge. Like in the IITs also, there will be as one of a few of the annual fest. In this particular annual fest also, they are going to be conduct as like competitions, a robo race, line following robot competition, drone competition. This will be helpful for the student to gain their knowledge and they improve their particular innovative based thinking.
Okay,
Okay,
can you
from your
suggest
experience, yeah,
uh,
Vishaka,
can
you ask the question.
can you suggest some web series or movies related to robots so that if
Yeah.
anyone wants to learn about or fascinated about robotics, then he can watch
Yes.
them?
You all know that one of the robo movie is there and robo 2.0 movie is there. In this the humanoid robot is going to make as one of the revolutionary thing, like whatever the in the robot first part, the whatever the government they has said that the robot it is not going to be uh, work according to these particular situations. But when we go with like a robot 2.0, that was the situation, that was the like upgrading technologies has been came, and there has a use case of that particular robot. This is also in right now we don't have that much requirement of robots, but in the future after the 5 years at the India we have like requirement of robots. Better to learn the robots from like a robotic technology at present, and they'll be getting as enough most scope in the particular technology. And the robot movie will be, and the robot book also we have it. And the robotic word has been derived from the French word, like in the Japanese. If you go with any Japanese movie, we'll be having like the robotic concepts are included. And the Japanese persons is going to pray the robot as one of the god. The most robotic technology has been implemented in the Japan and Taiwan.
Can you suggest some books to read like where you can grasp more knowledge
Yeah.
regarding the field?
Yes, like the future, the future of mission vision. We have the book, and the and robot and automation. We have the robot by the robot Kiyosaki. Robot Kiyosaki is an author, and um, automation with the autonomous systems. We have it. like mechatronics we have it. This was a basic concept we can learn through these particular books. And if you want more books, you can go on to the Play Store and go on to the book section. You can type the robot wings, you will be getting the more resources over there.
Okay, great. Vishaka, do you have any questions?
I have one question. Can you name a robot that has created in our world and that is very fascinating and has uh, work done like humans and can do any work and he has emotion or feeling too?
See that right now, what is the first citizenship robot and the first humanoid robot has been built at the uh, Arabian countries. It is called as like a Sophia. All we know that the Sophia is in one of the robot, and the humanoid robot which can talk and which right now they have built up as one of the feeding section also for that particular Sophia robot. At current situation, only that is it. But in the research field, we have like a Boston Dynamic robot, like a robotic dog. We have it, and a robotic actuate. Yeah, Kiran Smart. It is in one of the company. They are building on the like a restaurant serving robots. And in the future, we can expect after the 5 years, there will be as one of the completely humanoid based robots.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Like, what's the future scope of this field? Like, how will it grow? What are more
Yeah.
opportunities going to be in this field? Can you suggest some?
Sure, sure. And we have as multiple opportunities in this. The robotic has been spread into the different sectors like automation sector and defense sector, agriculture sector, healthcare sector. Already in the nowadays only we got like one of the missionary things to do as an operations in the healthcare sector, like a diagnostic center or else to do the like a pregnancy operations also they are using as an robots and the micro like a micro type of operations like breads blood cells curing robots also we have got it. And not only these tissue papers also for making as a tissue papers also they are using as a robotic technology over there. And when we go on to the agriculture sector, already one of the era has came into the agriculture sector like for the spraying of uh, whatever the chemicals will be, we are using as in a drones. And in the future we'll be getting as in a more missionaries at the agriculture sectors also for making as in a drawing of that particular land and for checking of a particular seed, what is the soil moisture content like we can implement as in one of the projects also robotic project like a soil moisture sensor project, automation spraying of water uh, in this particular agriculture sector. When we go on to the defense sector, already we know that the missile system has came. We the our like a DRDO team is implementing as a few of the concept like. If you want to see the DRDO projects, I have it few of the DRDO projects also. So I means we are working as one of the like a material supplying partner for the DRDO. The quantum robotics is one of the partner with them, and we have a better reach in this particular like a defense and healthcare and agriculture sector will be replacing with the particular nowadays technologies to onto the robotics.
Okay, I have a question. Like, you might have heard about the Neuralink company. So, what basically
Yes.
Neuralink company is doing in the field of robotics? Can you explain to the audience
Yeah,
something
I'll
regarding
be,
it?
yeah. Firstly, you don't know that. I hope that the most of the students don't know that what is mean by the Neuralink and how it is going to be work on. Now I'm going to describe that how it is going to be work on. Like Neuralink is nothing but the human brain. It will be, and in this particular human brain, we have as a nerve cells. In this particular two nerve cells between the spark will be generated in the nerve cell, and one of the needle type of thing like the zinc ionic rod, it is going to be inserted into that particular link, particular place, and they are going to be capture the whatever the spark is going to be generated from the two neurons, and that particular through that particular spark they are going to be grasp all that particular sparks which will be going on our brain, and they are going to be captured into the Yeah, N1 chip. The N1 chip is one of the decoding module from the nerve type of signals. Whatever the signals we are receiving that particular brain, it is going to be encoding into the mission level language. When it is going to be come into the mission level language, here we have as one of the technology that it is going to be converted into the mission level language like a 0 and 1, that particular language into the general language of a decoding process. Like whatever we are thinking, like we has to move our left hand from down to height, it is going to be give us a spark to there, and N1 chip is, it is going to be analyze it, and from the N1 chip the data it is going to be decode, and in the general language we will be displaying as from down to up, the left hand is going to be lift. This was the main concept in the like a Neuralink concept.
Great. Like I would like to know from your experience that uh, you have been experiencing like when was your company formed? Like 2 years ago or
Yeah, yeah, 2021 Jan 8.
2021. So from your experience, can you tell us like if someone is a fresher in this field, what difficulties he will face and what
Yeah,
are the learnings that you want to tell them that they don't
yeah.
face these problems?
Yes. When I'm in the graduation only, I have faced many problems like a lack of net guidance, and I have spent a lot of money for the internship part, like 50,000 plus. I have spent the money only for the internship part, and I have done as in a 4 internships. And not only this particular internship part, I have learned the many skills. I have done the mostly 50 plus projects in the robotics, and for this all the things I spend more than like whatever the fees I have it, the 1/4 of the fees I have, like if the my fees is 10 lakhs, I have spent the 2.5 lakhs for my projects only. Like that I have worked on. And when I started the company, I started like I have to give as a services to the student, fill up between the bridge gap between the student interest and as well as technology. How I can overcome from here. Our company is working on right now in the service sector, in the manufacturing sector. We are giving the service sector like we are going to set up the internship, uh, yearly one of the internship, and the 3 workshop for the student, and in-house laboratory setup, and daily classes from the mentor monitor. The mentor also will be giving from the company side. And not only this, the student will be getting as an international competition. We have been tied up with a Russian space station for the like a 1 week of an internship opportunities. Whoever the students are going to win at the national level competition, they will be getting the chance to go for the like a Russian space station. This was a model which we have made, and the students also cost effective manner. He can do the many projects. He will be getting the more knowledge, and he'll be getting to explore to the many technologies and as well as many places. But he are going to be pay the minimum amount of the charges, like yearly 5,000. It is a charge for the student. He'll be getting as an availing of this all the benefits. This is in the service sector. When we go on to the manufacturing sector, we have been spread into the different type of manufacturing, like restaurant serving robot manufacturing, 3D printed manufacturing, and we are doing on the right now research on the defense field also. And we have faced the many challenges when we start the company at the starting, like the funding issue, and the mainly IP foundation, like whatever the like business model which I have described to you at right now. And at the first we have it, the business model is another thing. And after the taking of many like mentorship classes from the uh, startup accelerators, when we have compressed our like model of net business model into the one of the particular plan. And from the 2022 our global reach has been started. And through the LinkedIn is the best platform to connect with many business people. And I have connected to the many business people. And right now we have been tied up with international companies, more than 40 companies in the different sector, like a bearing sector, like chip manufacturing sectors, or else motor manufacturing sectors, in the robot like a restaurant serving robots, and healthcare based robots like air cleaning robots, robotics like Webel technologies. In the cloud system also, like when we go on to the IoT system also, like a cloud studio we have been typed in the all the type of sectors interrelated to the robotics we have been typed. And now we are well and good, and we got is in a funding through the angel investor also, like a 5 year funding. And we are going to be we got the one more opportunity at the US also, like for the 50 CR funding. We are going to start a big manner. Firstly, you has to believe about your startup and your idea. If you deserve for that particular idea, and if you're really uh, keen interested to that particular startup, then only go on to the startup. If you're making as in a time pass, don't go with that startup. Why means the financial crisis will be occurs, and many challenges will be, and many the competitors will be. You have to face this all the problems, then only you will be on the one of the stage. Now we are at the one of the particular stage, we have crossed that all the hurdles.
Great, Aleshyam. The last question of this podcast that I want to ask from you, that we have seen people created robots to help humans, but I have seen many people that are scared that robots will take their place in the jobs. Like robots will sneeze their jobs. So, in your views, what will be the future of India or the world? Will robots replace humans?
Yeah, the robots replace the humans. Yeah, it is right question. Okay, yes, the robots will be replace the humans into the like a non-productivity to the productivity. Like if you want to say, like daily based workers, they are working like in the packaging like packaging factories, they are going to package the particular goods into the manual mode. And that if the robot automation will be using the, it is going to be, the work will be done in the less duration of the time period and more efficient manner. But the human cannot work into the 24 by 7, but the robot can work on the 24 by 7. And the whatever the work will be done by the human in the terms of like a 100 packagings in 1 hour, the robot can do the 1,000 packaging in 1 hour. This was the most effective factor. All the revolution also right now, it has been changed into the industry 4.0. You have already heard about that. Industry 4.0 is nothing but that all the companies are making their particular products into the automation, and it is the one of the revolution. Like the unskilled workers, it is in a danger that their jobs will be lost, but the jobs will be created through the robots only. I mean, if the robots is working on the particular parts, whatever the who is going to maintain the robots, for that also we need as a work like a humans, right? And here we are going to be replace the jobs is not losing on, that productive jobs is going to be created. We'll be getting as in a more jobs, not we are going to lose the jobs.
Yeah, overall, people need to upskill themselves so that they
Yes,
can
yes,
work upon it. Actually,
Yeah.
I have one
yes.
more question. Then we would end the meeting. Like you mentioned that
Okay.
it's a very costly. Like you mentioned that you have manufactured the robot. It was very costly. So if someone is starting in this field, uh, he might not have that much money. Then how one can
Yeah,
like uh, have a practical experience of this field if
yeah.
it's so
That's why we
costly?
have. Yeah, that's why we have started the company. And the student, the poor people, also have an interested to keen interested to learn, and he has a capability. He can do that particular robot work or else innovative based idea. But he didn't have any money, and he didn't have any guidance. According to that, they are going to be a lag over there only. But we are here to help out them through the the funding support, like a IP foundation for that particular project, and making them as one of the ideation project into the real time product. The content robotics is going to be a help out for them. And the robot is in a costly, and the electronics is in a costly. Not is in a robot, the electronics is in a so much cost. Like if you're in the lockdown, I have do the one of the project like IR thermal sensor camera like project, and the whatever the camera it will be, it is in a like 2 centimeters size, but the camera cost is 1000. It is in a so costly, I can understand, but the every person cannot affect it, but the quantum robotics company is here to help out that type of students.